Then we went to Naivasha to strategize now on what the party principles and values are. And we had a very big argument on who should be members. Individual members, and of course Uhuru and KANU and Gideon were still in KANU. We were also in KANU. And they said, let's have also corporate members. And for a whole 2 days we talked about who should be member, corporate or individuals only. Raila was for individuals. We talked over, we agreed, let's have both individual members and corporate. So we went out of our way to accommodate KANU. So we came in, and then we now came to Nairobi to register the ODM. And we found out that a mischievous character called Manyara, with maybe I can't call it, maybe a sinister motive, had registered our party. How come? Who is this Manyara? We haven't even known. I think I've met the character twice. Is he here? Papi, he's around, eh? One day he will tell us his motive. So we decided, no, let's register ODM Kenya. So we went ahead and registered ODM Kenya. It was not easy. The government refused to register. But through connections here and there, Janet, the first executive officer, knew some people in the register of societies, and we managed to register ODM Kenya. But because we could not be officials, because if we had become officials, we would have had to resign from our seats as members of parliament. So we took, but a little bit, they even refused to give us a certificate of registration. So we went and I climbed up Sharia House. There's a wall. It's not a wall. It's a barrier, and we got the certificate anyway. And I was trying to carry to show the people, and the young people from Kibera, you know how they are. They wanted to grab the certificate. And I was holding it in my hands, and they eventually broke the glass, and it cut my hand here. I have a mark. And then we went with it to Uhuru Park, trying to have a small rally. And the police came and tear gassed us. First time nilikula tear gas. Kwa hivyo kama hujakula tear gas, hujapata chochote. Anyway, so we registered the party under Manso and I don't know who else. Maybe the president knows. I don't know all of them. You know, age is catching up on me. But we got so we went to Panafric Hotel. At that time, there was still push and we were still pulling. Uhuru was still pulling, but I don't know what he wanted, and we had given corporate members. So I called him. I said, Uhuru, go back to your people. Don't come and harass us here. Go back to KANU and build your base there. We will remain here. And then Kalonzo also, and Mutula Senior. still continued wanting, kumbe they knew. The next thing, they ran away with the party. That Dan Manso. Huh? So we were partyless. We were all here, but without any party. They had run away with the party. So now we thought of, what shall we do? What shall we do? Imanyara has registered the other one. Here is ODMK is gone. So we thought, well, let's register for ODM Asili or ODM Original. So we were still debating. But the party leader, Honorable Raila, and may his soul rest in peace, you know, he was a good thinker. So one day, when we were still talking, there was a restaurant somewhere we used to go sometimes on Lenana Road. He said, you know, kumbe he had actually decided to approach Imanyara and, well, ask what you want.
Kenyan politics has never lacked drama, but Henry Kosgei just opened a chapter that shakes the table all the way back to 2005, revealing a political storm many Kenyans never knew existed. Speaking during the ODM at 20th anniversary celebrations, Kosgei didn't hold back. He painted a vivid picture of a young rising ODM battling sabotage, intimidation, and what he boldly described as a blackmail from none other than Uhuru Kenyatta, then the KANU chairman. According to Kosgei, the 2005 referendum victory gave birth to one of the strongest political movements the country has ever seen. The No team had shocked the system. Suddenly, Raila Odinga, William Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi, and a wave of KANU and LDP heavyweights stood together under a new firebrand, ODM. Kosgei says Uhuru Kenyatta was not having it. He claims Uhuru tried to corner ODM leaders, demanding they ditch the young movement and return to KANU or face consequences. Kosgei recalls telling Uhuru point blank, "Go back to your people and stop harassing us." It was a bold standoff that defined Kenya's new political era. Kosgei then pulled back the curtains on tense internal fights as ODM was being shaped debates in Machakos and Naivasha. Days spent arguing over whether membership should belong to individuals or entire political blocs. Uhuru pushed for a corporate membership so KANU could walk in as a unit. Raila refused, insisting ODM must remain a people's movement, not a party that could be hijacked overnight. After 2 heated days, a compromise was struck, and then came the chaos registration drama at Sheria House. Mugambi Imanyara pre-booking the ODM name, the movement forced to adopt ODM Kenya, and the infamous Uhuru Park confrontation, where police fired tear gas at ODM leaders for the first time. Kosgei says he literally climbed a barrier to secure the party certificate, breaking glass, bleeding, fighting both the system and political opportunists. He still carries the scar. The drama didn't end there. Kalonzo Musyoka and Mutula Kilonzo allegedly snatched ODM Kenya, leaving the group partless. Raila later reclaimed ODM after negotiating with Imanyara, restoring the identity that should shake the 2007 election. Kosgei reminisced about ODM's early messaging: Chungwa Moja, Maisha Bora, the war against an imperial presidency, and the birth of the now familiar term Ugatuzi introduced after Majimbo sparked ethnic fears. Kosgei admitted he didn't even know what Ugatuzi meant at the time, but the movement embraced it. In a surprising twist, Kosgei also revealed that William Ruto personally offered him a direct senator nomination under URP. He turned it down, choosing loyalty to ODM, even though it cost him politically. His own son joined URP and won, but Kosgei stood his ground, calling it one of the biggest sacrifices of his political career. Years later, he would leave ODM briefly, join URP, and eventually settle in UDM. But his story today ignites an old political fire. And one thing is clear, Kenya's political history is far more dramatic than what we were ever taught. This is Sauti Mzalendo News. Remember, power belongs to people. Stay informed, stay vocal, and stay engaged. Because really change doesn't start in parliament. It starts with you.